Rented by the Devil. Chapter 1. The black car pulled up exactly at midnight. Not a minute before. Not a breath after. I stood on the curb, my tiny purse clutched tight like a shield that wouldn't save me. My heart pounded behind my ribs like it already knew this was it. The moment everything unzipped and unraveled. This wasn't a job. Not really. No one pays $5,000 in advance just to have a writer brainstorm. Not in red silk ribbon. Not in a black envelope sealed with wax. Not with a card that simply read, "Inspire me, midnight," where nothing underneath. Yeah, I read it twice too. Still didn't stop me from showing up. The backseat door opened by itself. No one got out. I stared for a moment, swallowed hard, then slid inside. The interior wrapped around me like a secret. Black leather, expensive cologne, and something darker. Like firewood. Like smoke and sex and the echo of someone's scream swallowed by velvet. The kind of scent that clings to your lungs and makes you forget how to breathe. There was no driver. Of course there wasn't. The doors locked the moment they shut. And, just like that, I was his. The elevator ride was silent. 50 stories up, no buttons pressed. Just glass walls, darkness outside, and my own reflection, lips parted, pulse fluttering in my throat, like prey trying not to panic. The penthouse waited like a trap. It was candlelit, shadow-drenched. Too vast for one man to live in. But Lucien wasn't just any man. He didn't greet me like a client. Didn't offer me wine. Didn't even speak. He stepped out from the shadows like a secret made flesh. Black shirt unbuttoned just enough to reveal a smooth chest, inked in black and silver, like scripture written in sin. His eyes pinned me instantly. Dark, steady, hungry, like he'd been waiting years to devour one specific soul. Mine. "You came," he said, voice deep enough to make the walls hum. Low. Smooth. Fucking wicked. Good girl. God help me, I melted. Just like that. "You're Lucien?" I asked, trying to sound unimpressed. Professional. Like my thighs weren't already trembling from his voice alone. He smiled slowly. The kind of smile that makes you wonder how many girls before you have been ruined just by chasing it. "No, sweetheart," he murmured, walking toward me with the kind of prowl that made the air turn to smoke. "Lucien is just what they call me here. But tonight, I want to hear you call me something else." He stopped inches from me. Didn't touch. Didn't have to. His gaze alone stripped layers off my skin. "Master. Sir. Daddy. Or just please. Your choice." He didn't touch me. Not yet. Lucien stood there like sin incarnate, radiating heat and power. Like standing too close would catch fire in places I didn't want extinguished. I swallowed. Hard. "This is supposed to be a writing session." His smile deepened. "It is," he said. "But I prefer to inspire my writers with sensation. I find pain and pleasure make metaphors bleed more honestly. Don't you?" His eyes dropped, dragging slow heat over my body. I cursed myself for obeying that damn card. No bra. No panties. Just a silk slip I couldn't lie inside. He noticed. Of course he did. He raised his hand, and my breath hitched, but he didn't touch me. Just brushed his thumb a whisper above my collarbone. Hovering. Taunting. Like he wanted me to beg for that smallest contact. "You're already wet, aren't you?" he said softly. I flinched. My face flushed crimson. My thighs clenched instinctively. He laughed. A low, dark, delicious sound that curled through me like smoke. "Don't pretend you're here for words, little writer. You came because you wanted to know what it feels like to be owned." My knees nearly buckled, and he just watched me unravel without a single touch. I'm not, I started, voice weak. His reply cut in like a blade. Lie to me again, and I'll bend you over that piano and make your next novel moan. Jesus. He turned away, slow, controlled, like he hadn't just wrecked my balance. Walked to a bar cart. Poured 2 fingers of whiskey with precision. Every movement deliberate. Dominant. You'll sit across from me, he said, still facing the window. You'll write exactly what I say. Every word. Every moan. Every filthy detail I give you. Do that, and you'll walk out with another $5,000. He glanced back at me. Disobey, and I'll make you forget your own name. I sat, shaking, heat between my thighs, wet and undeniable. He poured a second glass, but it wasn't for me. He placed it beside my laptop like a trophy I hadn't earned yet. Then he leaned down. His mouth brushed my ear, lips warm and sharp. You're not allowed to touch yourself until I say so. Understand, little sinner? I nodded. Too fast. Too desperate. His tongue flicked the shell of my ear. Hot. Quick. Sinful. Good girl. My fingers hovered above the keyboard, trembling like they already knew they were about to commit a sin. Behind me, Lucien stood still, tall, silent, sipping his whiskey like the world bowed to him. Like I hadn't just walked into the devil's den with trembling thighs and a naive little crush on danger. He didn't need to touch me. Not yet. His voice cut through the room like smoke wrapped around a blade. Smooth. Low. I could taste the threat in it. Write this. He paused just long enough to let the tension coil tight between my thighs. She opened her legs because she didn't know how to beg properly. My breath caught like a gasp behind my ribs. I typed it, 1 letter at a time, like they were keys to my own undoing. Like a good girl. Then I felt it, his hand. Warm. Possessive. Heavy on my shoulder. Not soft. Not tentative. Just claiming. Like he already owned me and was choosing, right then, where to leave the first bruise. Tell me, he murmured, his breath brushing my neck like fire. How do you beg, little writer? I blinked fast, lips parting like they didn't know how to form words anymore. I don't know. Wrong answer. He grabbed a fistful of my hair, pulled slowly, deliberately, until I was forced to look up at him. Lips parted, pulse racing, breath shallow. You beg with purpose, he growled. You beg like it's the only thing your mouth was made for. Like your throat was built to plead. Let's try again. He let go. I gasped, breath stuttering as I steadied my shaking hands. Right. Her thighs shook from holding back what she knew would make him smile. The words burned under my fingers, each stroke hotter than the last. My panties were soaked, the keyboard slick beneath trembling hands. It wasn't just writing anymore. It was confession. Every letter an offering. A prayer. A surrender. Lucien moved closer, a slow, inevitable invasion. His presence wrapped around me like smoke, like sin. And then, his hand slid down, over my chest, fingers grazing the curve of my breast. Unashamed. Unhurried. Just taking. You smell like heat, he whispered, mouth against my ear. Like a good girl pretending she's not already ruined. I whimpered. Couldn't help it. He didn't stop. His fingers slipped beneath the hem of my dress, slow, deliberate. No permission asked. No apology given. You think you came here to write for me, he murmured, his lips trailing down my neck. But the truth is, I brought you here to break you open and document every second. I moaned, soft. Needy. He growled. I moaned. And that sound? That dark, vicious sound? It earned me his teeth on my skin. A bite. Sharp. Branding. He spun the chair with one hand, slow and commanding, until I was facing him, knees parted, chest heaving, eyes wide. "Say it," he said. "Say you're mine for the night." I swallowed hard. My lips trembled. I tried to lie. Couldn't. "I'm yours." His smile spread slow, sharp as sin. "Good girl." And then Lucien dropped to his knees. Lucien fucking knelt. But not like a man worshipping. Like a predator preparing the altar. Like the devil claiming his prize. "Keep typing," he said, his mouth dragging up my inner thigh, "or I'll stop." I typed like my orgasm depended on it. She couldn't remember her name, only the way his mouth made her want to scream into the night. He chuckled against my skin, tongue teasing, breath scorching. "I hope you're not planning to scream," he said, slipping 2 fingers into me with no warning, no mercy, because these walls are soundproof. I broke. And it was only the beginning. I should have stopped. I should have shut the damn laptop, clamped my thighs together, and begged him for mercy like a good girl with boundaries. But I didn't. I kept typing like I was possessed. Like every stroke of his fingers rewrote my code. Like every curl, every press, every wicked flick of his touch was deleting the version of me that came in and crafting someone entirely new. Lucien's mouth followed the trail of his hand. Slow, lethal. His lips grazed my inner thigh like he had all the time in the world to ruin me. "You've written fantasies before," he said, breath hot against my skin. "But none like this, right?" I could barely speak. "No," I whispered, shivering. "Nothing like this." He chuckled low, amused, mean. "That's because those were just stories. I'm real. And I'm going to make you remember every fucking word you wrote." And then he tasted me. No warning. No hesitation. He licked me like a starving man finally given permission. Deep, slow, savage. Tongue dragging through slick heat, lips wrapping around my clit like a promise made in hell. My whole body jerked. It wasn't soft. It wasn't careful. It was devouring. God, Lucien. I moaned like a sinner at the altar, legs twitching as he spread me wider, anchoring my thighs with strong hands. His tongue was everywhere. Firm pressure, teasing flicks, deliberate circles that had my spine bowing off the chair. He sucked on my clit with slow pulses, each one drawing another desperate whimper from me. "You taste like sin," he growled against me. Sweet. Dirty. Like you need to be ruined. I was soaked. Slipping against the chair. He slid a finger inside me thick, slow, curling it with precision that made my toes curl. "You're already trembling, baby girl. We haven't even started." I clutched the desk like it was the only thing tethering me to earth. He added another finger, fucking them deep while his tongue tormented my clit, slow spirals that sent shockwaves through me. His beard scraped lightly, adding heat to sensitivity. I was unraveling, whimpering, typing between gasps because he hadn't told me to stop yet. Her cries weren't from fear, I managed to write, voice cracking. They were from surrender. He groaned against me, the vibration punching straight through my core. "You're going to scream for me," he whispered, tongue flattening against me. "You're going to sob like a good little bitch who begged the devil for a story and got fucked instead." His fingers pumped harder, faster, stretching me wide, curling just right, just perfect. "Lucien, fuck, please." He looked up, lips glistening, eyes blazing. "Please what?" he mocked. "I taught you how to beg. Use it." I whimpered, hips lifting off the chair. "Please, need you." Inside me. "Please, sir." His pupils blew wide at that. "Sir." He fucking liked that. "Good girl," he growled, standing. The weight of those 2 words hit me like a drug. He undid his belt, slow and brutal, like a man unwrapping his favorite weapon. You want this cock? I nodded like a goddamn addict. Say it. I want it. Say what it is. I want your cock, sir. I want it inside me. I want to be fucked, wrecked, ruined. He fisted his cock, thick, veined, dark with arousal, and dragged it along my entrance, teasing. You're going to write about this, he said, pressing in just enough to stretch me. You're going to tell the world how the devil made you his bitch. And then he thrust. Hard. Deep. My body screamed, back arched, voice caught in my throat. Fuck. Lucien smirked. That's my girl. He set a rhythm, brutal, controlled, hips slamming into me with perfect dominance. His cock filled me completely, dragging along every nerve ending like he knew the blueprint of my body. You were made for this, he groaned, hand gripping my throat. For me. For this cock. I was gone. Tears welled. Pleasure blurred into pain. I couldn't think, couldn't speak, only feel. He grabbed the back of my thighs, lifted me higher, angling me just right, and hit a spot that made me scream. You'll never write another word without remembering this, he rasped. Every keyboard, every chair, every word you whisper will be mine. Eyes shattered. Eyes rolling back. Body convulsing. My orgasm tore through me like lightning, like something divine and profane all at once. But Lucien didn't stop. He wasn't done. One isn't enough. Baby girl, he growled. You wanted to write pain? Let me show you what it fucking sounds like. He pounded into me harder, lips brushing mine in a brutal kiss, all teeth and filthy promises. I came again. A scream, a sob, a whisper of his name like it was a spell. That's it, he moaned. Break for me. Let them hear how good the devil fucks. And I did. I fucking broke. My body wasn't mine anymore. It was his. Wrecked. Claimed. Still twitching around the thick weight of his cock, even as my mind tried to claw its way back to reality. But Lucien wasn't done. He stayed buried inside me hard, thick, unrelenting, while I gasped for breath like I'd barely survived drowning. You thought that was it? He murmured against my neck, lips grazing my sweat-damp skin. Sweetheart, that was foreplay. I whimpered. One ruined orgasm wasn't enough. Not for him. Not for the devil who rented me. Sit up. His command cut through the haze like a blade. My shaky hands scrambled against the desk, thighs trembling as he pulled out with a wet, obscene sound. He spun me around, bent me over the desk this time. Cold would met hot skin. I barely had time to gasp before. Slap. His hand cracked across my ass, stinging sharp and fast. That's for coming without permission, he growled. What did I tell you about that baby girl? I moaned. Loud. The heat bloomed across my skin, my body arching back into the punishment. I'm sorry, sir, fuck. No, you're not. Another slap. The other cheek. He soothed the burn with his palm, fingers pressing into tender flesh like he was marking me. You loved it. I could feel how tight you got, clenching around me like your cunt was trying to milk my cock. I gasped, thighs clenching. You're so fucking wet, he murmured, dragging the head of his cock through my folds again. So messy, dripping down your thighs. You like this desk now, huh? Want me to fuck you on it again? Yes, sir. Please. He gripped my hair, yanked my head back till my spine bowed beautifully. Use your words like a good little slut. I want you to fuck me on the desk again, sir. Harder. Deeper. I want to feel it tomorrow. I want to ache. He hissed. And then he slammed into me from behind, deeper than before, hands gripping my hips with brutal control. I screamed, nails clawing at the wood, hips jerking with each punishing thrust. That's it, he growled, fucking me mercilessly. This pussy was made to take cock. My cock. His thrusts were relentless, pace unforgiving, and every time I thought I couldn't take more, he'd slam into me harder. "Tell me how it feels," he demanded, breath hot against my ear. "It feels full. So full. So good. Like you're breaking me." "That's right. I want every man who's ever touched you to disappear from your body." His fingers slid between my legs, found my clit, ruthless circles that sent shockwaves through my spine. "You come when I say," he snapped. Not a second before. I whimpered, legs shaking. I was close. Too close. He kept fucking me, hips slamming, cock stretching, that perfect angle that made me see stars. "Hold it," he warned, voice rough. "Don't you fucking dare." I can't." Slap. Right on the clit. Sharp. Wicked. "You can." Good girls obey. You want to be my good girl, don't you? "Yes, sir. Please." He reached around, grabbed my throat, pulled me back to him. My back flushed to his chest while he fucked me. "Then earn it. Hold it till I give the word. Show me you belong to me." Tears leaked from my eyes, pleasure unbearable, body trembling violently. My walls clenched around him, desperate. "Now," he whispered, voice like sin and smoke. "Come for me, baby girl." I exploded. A scream. A sob. A shudder that rocked through my very soul. I gushed, body convulsing, writhing in his grip as he fucked me through the orgasm. His cock didn't stop, not until he was spilling inside me with a deep, guttural groan. "Fuck. Yes. Take it. Take every fucking drop." He didn't pull out. Not right away. He held me there limp, ruined, gasping. "Look at you," he whispered, brushing hair from my face. "So pretty when you're wrecked. So perfect when you obey." He kissed my shoulder, slow and sweet. A contrast to everything he'd just done. "You're mine, baby girl." And I haven't even started showing you what that means. I lost count of how many times I came. Lucien fucked me like he wanted to scar his name into my soul. Every thrust a vow, every growl a warning, every bite on my neck a signature in pain and pleasure. I sobbed, moaned, screamed. "Please, please, I can't." "Yes, you can," he growled into my ear, fangs grazing my throat. "You will. I haven't finished writing my name inside you yet." He didn't stop. Not when my voice cracked. Not when my legs gave out and I collapsed against the desk, limp and shaking. Not even when my mind dissolved into nothing but the rhythm of his cock slamming into me, brutal and endless. Because I wasn't his lover. I was his offering. A wet, messy, worshipful ruin of a girl who begged for her own destruction. "You're not coming again," he hissed. "Not until I say. You want to be my little fuck pet, don't you?" I whimpered. "Yes, sir." "Then act like it." He bent me over more, dragged my soaked thighs apart with his knees, and spit down on my pulsing clit. The sound was obscene, the feel was worse, sticky, hot, degrading, perfect. He reached between us, 2 fingers shoving inside, alongside his cock. "This greedy pussy doesn't even know how to stop, does it?" He laughed darkly. "She keeps sucking me in. Like she's afraid I'll leave." I was crying, broken, hoarse, trembling, and all I could say was, "Don't stop. Please don't stop. Good girl." He fucked me like I was his last salvation and his favorite sin. Like he hated me for how much he needed me. Like he'd been starving, and I was the last bite of heaven before he burned. I came again, I think I blacked out, and when I opened my eyes, I was still impaled on his cock, twitching and soaked and trembling. And then, silence. Lucien finally pulled out with a wet, filthy sound, and I felt every inch drag out of me like he was ripping away a part of my soul. I collapsed forward on the desk, utterly ruined, chest heaving, my skin flushed, wet and slick with sweat. He stood behind me, cock still hard, soaked in everything he'd taken from me. You did well, he murmured, dragging one clawed finger down the curve of my spine. You gave me more than you even realized. I blinked up at him, dazed. My voice cracked. What does that mean? He didn't answer. Not with words. He smoothed my hair back, kissed the curve of my shoulder, and that's when I saw it. The mark. Black. Faintly glowing. Etched into my skin like a brand. Not a tattoo. Not ink. Burned. What the fuck is that? Lucien pulled on his shirt, calm like a storm that's already wrecked the city. That's my signature. Lucien, what the hell did I just agree to? He paused in the doorway, his silhouette cut from shadows and sin. He turned just enough for me to see the glint of dark amusement in his eyes. You thought you were writing a story. But really, you were summoning me. My blood turned to ice. You wrote me into existence, baby girl. I just made sure I stayed. He winked. Next time you write about monsters, make sure you're ready to feed them. And then, he vanished. Gone. Like smoke from an extinguished candle. I didn't sleep. Not really. I dozed, maybe. Drifted in and out of half-dreams, still aching between my legs, phantom fingers sliding over my throat. I swore I could hear his voice somewhere deep in my bones. You're mine. When I finally opened my eyes again, the room was still. Too still. No sign of Lucien. No echo of his boots. No heat from his skin still lingering on the sheets. Just me, my sore, ruined body, and the laptop. The sigil on my shoulder was gone. The contract? Burned to ash. And on the glowing screen, one line. One sentence. Your story belongs to me now. I stared at it, fingers trembling above the keyboard. A single night. That's what it was supposed to be. A fantasy. A fuck. But the devil doesn't return what he owns. End of story.